What's going on, everybody? Thank you for coming back to the channel. This is yours truly over at I Am Toys. So this is going to be more of a discussion video on two recent statue releases. I know I haven't done any discussion or videos on statues in a while. If you dig through some of my past videos, I did a Prime1 Dark Knight Batman review. I got some sideshow horror reviews back there as well. But this is going to be particularly cool because it's regarding two studios that have Heath Ledger Jokers that are recently coming out or they're about to release, and there are some pics that are circulating out there a little bit of the production pieces. And of course there are three camps, people in the middle that are like, it's not bad, it looks okay, not for me, or it's decent. Then you have people in the one camp that are like, it's amazing, they're happy they pre-order, they can't wait to get it. And then you've got people on the other side of the camp that are just like, no, it's a complete disaster, it doesn't look right, that doesn't capture Heath Ledger. So this is going to be an interesting discussion. And as usual, please make sure you hit the 4K option, hit the like button, subscribe to the content if you like this stuff. So I like talking about the hobby in general, so this video is going to be interesting. So I'm going to show you guys the JND picks. So this is the first studio or company per se that I'm going to show you that recently put out a Heath Ledger Joker. There's a few out there. Queen Studios has put out stuff. Sideshow has their own stuff too, but obviously their quality's kind of hit or miss. But Queen Studios, Prime1, and JND, their quality usually is pretty consistent. Their statues are usually somewhat expensive. JND is probably some of the higher, maybe, to an extent. But I'm going to show you the JND picks first. They're Heath Ledger, and I'll show you some shots of the prototype piece, the production, kind of with the look they were going for from the film. So I'll show you that as well. You guys can kind of make a judgment. I don't have these pieces in hand, but there's some pictures of some of the pieces circulating out that I'm going to show you. There's even a couple reviews out there by a guy that I'll kind of pull some shots from that and show you. And we'll go from there, man. And you guys let me know if you think that, this is a success or failure, and maybe this video helps some people make a choice. I know what my opinion is on this, and I'll kind of go through that a little bit and touch base on it, as we go through this video. So let's get to the other side and show you the JND piece prototypes first. So here are the JND initial prototype piece shots that you can see here. And we're gonna go through them pretty quickly. We don't want to waste too much time. As you can see, the tailoring looks pretty good, man. The sculpt is good, the herring is good, and I think on this, sometimes these studios, they put out a batched amount, like two different batches. One is rooted, and then the other one's like sculpted hair. I want to say that this is the sculpted hair one I think they're showing here, or it could be the rooted, I'm not sure. But, for sculpted hair, whatever they're using to do it, even the sculpted versions look pretty damn good. And as you can see, the sculpt is good, man. I mean, I think the prototype that they show here is pretty accurate to Ledger for the most part. And then I'll show you guys kind of the scene that they're maybe going for after this as well. And I'll probably show you that right after. And I love this shot right here. I think this really kind of captures Heath Ledger's face, especially from that side shot. The base is all right, nothing that crazy. You can alternate, you get some different accessories, and whatnot. And here are the shots that, I think they're going for from the movie. And now here are some decent shots from someone who has it in hand. So there's not too many of them. As you can see, I think it's pretty close to the prototype. But there's something off, man. And I'm going to go back through, like I said, these are some of the better in-hand shots of what I've seen. And we'll go through a few more here. And we'll kind of keep cycling back so you guys can kind of see some different variations of it. And I like these specifically the most because I think they're well lit for the most part. I mean, I think this is basically what you're going to get in hand, you know what I mean? And I think it's decent, but when you look at the shots they're going for from the film though, this is one, which is something like this. And then, the shot where he's, in the street, yelling, "Hit me," and shooting at Batman while he's on the bike. And then here's a shot that I think this is really what they were going for right here. And then I'm going to show you and go back to the production piece shots. Again, here they are. I think it's pretty close. I mean, from prototype to production, I think they did a decent job. But there is something still off. I don't know what it is. It's good. They did a good job, but there's something in the face that it just doesn't fully capture Heath Ledger's likeness. I mean, it's really hard to nail, you know, his face. And I don't know. There's just something I'm not really digging about it. The clothes are fantastic. I mean, I like the weathering on it. You know, decent tailoring, even though there's some different point of views on the tailoring as well. But I think they came pretty close. So again, here's the shot from the film, or the poster actually. I mean, the poster really kind of nails it as far as what I think they were going for. And I think it looks great, you know, the poster shot of it. But when you go back again, you look at this shot, I mean, this is kind of a perfect comparison. I mean, again, this is kind of a promo poster, you know, that shot that they took. And then this is the actual piece. You know what I mean? It's close. It's still not, you know, spot on. I mean, nothing's ever going to be. I mean, it would have been nice if they had a little bit more of that curl in the front of the hair, or that curl in the front of the face, the hair coming down in the middle of the forehead. You know, this obviously doesn't have it. But then going back to this other shot here, you know, where he's standing here in the street, you know, he's got more of a kind of a grin. You know, but that profile, you can, you know, I like. And there's something about the side profile when you look at this shot, and then when you go back to the JND, and you look at that one shot that I told you that I really liked right here, and then you go back and then look at the JND again, it's close. There's just something, like I said, off slightly on that side profile. It's just the prototype really nailed it. So let's move on to the Prime1 Blitzway piece. So here's you know, one of the main shots they had put out. This is the prototype piece. Looks sick, man. I mean, this is the one that I was initially going to pick up, just because of the realism on it. And some people are like, oh, did he ever have that pose or that look in the film? He actually did. If you actually go through the movie and you actually look through scenes, there are scenes, certain events in the film or certain parts where he is smiling actually. And I think they actually did really nail it. I think the likeness is pretty good. I mean, it's very realistic. You know, these shots here, it just looks really good. You know, really good. And I think the tailoring on this was great. I mean, you look at the paint application on the proto here, and I think K.A. Kim is the one who did the sculpt on this, I believe. I could be wrong. But again, this is collaboration between Prime1 and Blitzway. Really awesome, man. I mean, if this were to come out looking like this, and they have posable eyes too, I mean, it's incredible. I really dig it. So as we go through more, you know, here's the base, but we want to look at the figure more. And then here are some shots of what, you know, looks that they're probably trying to go for in the film. And as you can see, they're pretty close. But here's what the production piece, at least the pictures that have been circulating, this is what they look like. So this was someone who had the sculpt and showed it. I don't know if this is in the factory or what the hell, but whoa, you know, that's not as menacing and as lifelike. I mean, the eyes are dead. The paint is too soft. They lost too many details. I mean, oh, dude, what the hell, man? I mean, here's a side-by-side shot that someone did, or, you know, basically took from one of the protos and then put it against the production piece. And, oh, it's just painful, man. I mean, obviously it's not the same look. You know, the eyes are over to the right there more a little bit, and, you know, the paint jumps more. There's some more gloss on the lips. I mean, who knows? It's shitty lighting. But we're going to show you some videos too, though. So I'm going to show you 2 video reviews that we're going to pull and also give you some comparisons there. And then we'll talk about that and think and then you guys tell me what you think. You know, as far as because the videos are shot pretty well. They're almost he shoots them like I would shoot them. You know, pretty much. And I think they look. I think you're going to get the best look that you're going to get from these videos. And I'll throw a link in my description to his videos as well, so you can check him out. Guy right here on his video, he generally has it lit pretty well. It's close to kind of like what I would do, and it looks decent. But again, when you look at it, this guy, he's happy with it. he thinks it's the, he actually talks about, you know, it being the best. This is, you know, a reviewer overseas. Oh my God, I hate that, that unmasked or that clean Joaquin Phoenix sculpt, man. It's just no good. That was really a strikeout for me. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here, but as you can see from that piece, it looks okay, but as you see him rotating around just now, like that doesn't look like him on the side. Like front on, it's not bad, but like from the sides, you really lose the Ledger likeness. You really do. Like right there, that's not Heath Ledger, man. But then as you come around, and I don't know, some of the shots he pulls away from really quick, but you know, as you get center on, it's not bad. Like here, you know, not bad. It's still off a little bit though, you know? And again, for most folks, I think they're gonna be happy with this. And again, he even tries to give some shots here too, trying to, you know, make you look, you know, this is supposed to be kind of the hit me, I guess, moment, you know, while he's shooting at Batman, you know, like I said, and you know, from the side shots, it just doesn't hit Ledger very well for me, and then from the front, certain angles, you know, it's tough. And again, Ledger's likeness is hard to nail, so depending on how you have this posed, you could probably really nab, you know, the likeness pretty well. But then, you know, other moments you look at it, you're just like, that's not Heath Ledger, man. You know, and you can see from the shots that I'm showing you here, you know, the likeness is there, and then you lose it, you know, at certain angles. So, you know, I don't know. I just don't know with this one. And, you know, at other points too, like I'll show you some shots here. And, you know, as you turn around here, like it looks decent. It looks decent right there. But I don't know, man. Again, it's just not 100% for me. Like these shots, that's not Ledger. You know what I mean? It's just not. So I think it's good. I think most people are probably going to be happy, you know, to an extent with it. Some people may not. I wouldn't be surprised. You're going to see some people. This is sold out. Some people are probably going to grab it and end up, you know, selling it. And it is what it is. You know, these are going to pop up from time to time, and you know, for collectors that want it, you know, it's good. So, like I said, I agree. There's some other videos out of this figure as well. You can check them out too. And there's some people that say the same thing from different angles. It really, you lose Ledger's likeness completely. But like kind of dead on, it's not bad, but still kind of off. The tailoring is decent, or not more than decent, you know, excellent. But there are still some peeves for certain individuals. So let me show you now the Prime 1 version. Oh man. So here's the Prime 1, guys, and you know, like I said, as usual, this guy like kind of flip-flops, you know, back and forth with some of the looks, and as you can see from the likeness on here, and then when you look at what the proto is, full shots like that, oh man, that sculpt, dude, like Blitzway dropped the ball, man. The paint's too soft, they lost the details, that menacing look disappeared, and the stature is even kind of off a little bit, it seems, and it's just, I mean, its stature is not entirely horrible. I think it does carry, you know, that way his posture from the film. And, you know, as you can see, he shows some shots too, you know, trying to compare of, you know, film to production, you know, piece, and trying to give you some idea of what they're going for. But I showed you some of that as well. And I think, you know, I don't know. Ah, man, dude, the sculpt is just, it kills it. It kills it. I pre-ordered this and I ended up having to cancel it. There's no way that I could display this potentially unless I had someone repaint it, and trying to have someone repaint it, you know, if you want someone who's really good and is going to try to match that proto piece, you're looking at freaking months of waiting, and it's just not worth it for me. If someone, you know, buys this and ends up getting it repainted and they end up selling it, that's probably the one that I'll probably look for. But as you can see, I mean, it's cool that you have posable eyes. That's fantastic. I love that they were able to do that. But even adjusting the eyes is not going to save the head sculpt on this piece. It's just no good. It's just really no good. And then as we kind of move on, you know, he's showing you some different looks here, you know, the face, you know, really close up, and you know, it looks like details are there, but just not enough. I mean, man, they just really did not paint that well. And when they do this, it continues to blow my mind. So they make these things and you think they're saying, okay, you know, someone's looking at the production piece, right? And they're showing it to whoever the marketing team or the production team is, you know, that's putting this figure together. And whoever owns the company, I would imagine, or the team itself is like, all right, here, this is what's going to be the production sculpt. And how is nobody saying something? You know, as soon as you do one and you say, okay, this is what it's going to look like, how, like, what, like, who saw this and said, okay, go with it? Because that wouldn't have been me. Like, all right, let's take it back to the drawing board, recast that again. We got to get closer to the prototype. And I just don't understand how a head sculpt like this comes out, man, when you have quality checks and you compare to the other film. I mean, it's not a total loss. Like, the likeness is still there. You are capturing a part of, you know, Heath Ledger in the film and the way he looks. So it's not a total loss. But man, like, it's just, again, like quality control, like Hot Toys and all these companies, you know, that have these production pieces, and then when they get the first one, it's like, all right, let's just not go into mass production without seeing it. Let's do one of the heads, right? And I would imagine that's what they do. And then you show it to the team, and then everyone votes, I guess, and has their input. And who said that this was okay? And the same thing with the JND piece too. Like, you know, like, you guys have the time to tweak these things and even delay a little bit if you have to, man, to really get it right. And man, like, these shots here, oh, it's just so painful, man. I think with a repaint, it would be so much better, but, oh, ouch. And I don't even want to show you any more of this, man. It's just, oh, God, like, so I think I showed you everything I could show you there, guys, and at least on the videos. Like I said, there are some other videos out there, some reviews, and there's different sides of opinion. And on the Prime1 piece, I wasn't really sure what that guy's opinion was on that. I wasn't really paying much attention to it, but I think he faulted, you know, some of the issues as well. But he was a fan of the JND piece, and some of the other video reviews that you're going to find, you're going to have people on each side of the camp. And what's got me worried now, though, is that, you know, Queen Studios has a 1/4 Joker, and that Joker, honestly, likeness-wise, I thought was going to beat out both of these. It's a shame it's not a 1/3, but it looked amazing. And here are some of the prototype picks. These are awesome. I mean, as we go through these really quickly, this nails his likeness. But here are the picks that recently got, I saw in one of the groups, and these are what I saw. Like, I don't know, people in the post were saying that, oh, you know, this looks really good. This is bad lighting. I don't know, I'm seeing some fall off, you know, based on, you know, the side profiles there. Again, these pics aren't good, they're darkly lit. I don't know, man. I think people might be in store for another potential letdown to an extent. And I don't know, we'll wait. This is definitely a wait and see. And we don't want to judge yet. Like I said, too early, those pics really aren't that great, but based on those pics, and then compared to the prototype pics that I just showed you, those are off. So again, too early to get too scared about it and start ranting and raving and crying like babies. So, but anyway, that's what I wanted to show you guys. Interesting. I just want to give you kind of an interesting discussion and give me your opinions on it. And who knows, maybe help you make your decision, because, you know, I may grab one of these at some point, especially the Prime1, if it's repainted at some point. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Deuces, and I'll see you at the next video.